Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 22nd of November 2018. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. If this is the first one of my videos that you're watching, you're very welcome to this channel. Please subscribe, and if you're active on Twitter, then please follow me there. It's Talk to Gregory. So at Talk to Gregory on Twitter. Now, happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. Thanksgiving, I don't know a lot about the history with the pilgrims and everything, but Thanksgiving has unwittingly tapped into a spiritual law of the universe, which is that if you give thanks for the good things that you have in your life, you manifest more things to be grateful for and thankful for. Whatever you focus on gets bigger. So if you focus on giving thanks for all of the wonderful things you have in your life, the money to put petrol in your car, a roof over your head, the fact that you're healthy, that you've had another day on earth, we all have so much to be thankful for. And just making a gratitude list today is a really good idea, because it's the law. If you give thanks for the great things happening in your life, you manifest more things to be grateful for. So let's have a look at what the cards want you to know about this day. And I've chosen to use this deck of cards today. This is the Wheel of the Year Tarot. And I'm using this because we do have this holiday in the United States today. And I also feel that it's kind of a very grounded time. And this is quite an earthy deck. So let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. Oh dear. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the World. That's good. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. So, the Eight of Swords, obviously, poor girl there is ill, struggling, but she's got her mother nurturing her and taking care of her. So that's really beautiful. So she has nothing to worry about. She may feel a little bit under the weather, but she is lucky to have someone take care of her. So even if there are negative things in your life, if you don't feel 100% today, part of the human condition is that we're all unhealed. So, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, what doesn't work today? What hurts today? Then despite that, realize that you have people in your life who care for you and love you. Not that that's going to make your pain go away, but that you do have positive things that you can focus on as well. Swords is the element of air, and it has to do with communication and thinking. Eight is about power. So you really have the strength to change your perspective. You can either be her and say, I don't feel that great either, but I'm going to help other people and I'm going to be there for them. Or you can choose to focus on the negative and make yourself rather helpless. And eight isn't helplessness, it's power. So look for the positive. Air also rules the signs of Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra in astrology. And all those signs are about communication, about creating beautiful things, connecting with community, teaching, being a humanitarian, and really being connected with others. So focus on the fact that you can connect with others today. If you are all by yourself, I was in Florida visiting my sister, and because I'm in recovery, I'd never experienced Thanksgiving, but I think my sister and the kids were busy that day, so I was kind of on my own. And I went to a meeting, and they had, because it was Thanksgiving, they had an all-day round meeting in this one building. And they had a free kind of meal for people with turkey and mashed potatoes and all of that stuff. And I thought that was so wonderful because a lot of people don't have family. They don't have anyone to take care of them when they're sick. They don't have anybody to rely on. And that fellowship, for instance, in terms of the recovery community, really set that up in Florida, which I just thought was so amazing. That for anyone who felt lonely that day, to have a place to go. And that is so important. So you're not going to be isolated today. Look at the positives. The next card is the World, and the World is the last card of the major arcana, and it's a completion point. She embodies all the seasons within her. She's been through everything. The major arcana are the first 21st cards of the deck. There's 78 cards altogether. The major arcana are the big themes, the fundamental themes like lovers and death. The Fool's Journey, it starts with the Fool's Journey. He has to go through all of these things in life to get to this point where he or she realizes that the world is an illusion and all that matters is you and your connection to yourself, and to realize how beautiful you are within, and that it's always summer within you, and that there's always a bright burning flame inside of you, and whether it's autumn or winter or spring in the real world, those being metaphors for things falling apart or things, or losing things, or things coming to a complete halt, or starting something new, beginning something that you love, or really being in the midst of great passion and enjoyment. Regardless of where you are in life, you're always the one thing that you can rely on, because you're the one thing in your life that's going to be constant. You're going to be with you for the rest of your life. So make friends with yourself today if you haven't already. Realize that you are perfection. You're perfection. Even, right now, you sitting there looking at this video, you're perfect as you are. The Creator created you the way you are for a reason. Embrace that. I often question, why? Why on earth would this be useful? How on earth could this teach me something? And I've learned through meditation and prayer that we don't get all the answers to something, to all of our questions, but when you embrace yourself as you are, it takes a whole load off. And when the internal war stops, a lot of your conflicts in your life also come to an end, because you play a part in all of those conflicts. And the more settled and happy and content you are within yourself, again, what you focus on becomes bigger, and you create an atmosphere of people who are also content and who also know themselves and who really want to love truly, madly, deeply, and connect on a real life level. Finally, we have the Emperor. In reverse, the Emperor is the authority figure. He is in charge. We have got, usually the Emperor is about Aries and ramming yourself into this position of the Emperor. Here we've got Taurus. And Taurus is about really creating solidity and creating a beautiful environment. So this Emperor hasn't got to the position he's in by bulldozing other people out of the way. He's done it by making people happy financially. And that's why they put a crown on his head and put him on this throne, because he has made everyone a lot of money. He's in reverse though. So the only authority figure in your life today is you. The only thing that you need to focus on is whether you're going to focus on the beautiful inner flame inside you, that you can share with others, or you can focus on the negative and really just grumble your way through the day. So I know what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose to look at the positives. I'm going to make a gratitude list for all of the things in my life that I have to be grateful for. Because if I choose to be miserable tomorrow, then I'm just creating more misery for myself. I'm manifesting more worrying, being unhappy and miserable and feeling lonely. That is a meditation on all of those things. Meditation is a worry on the negative. So you're just blowing up the negative and you're creating more and more of it in your life. Choose to look at the positive. And if the only thing in your life that really is positive, I know this is really easy to say and hard to put into practice. If you've just lost your whole family, you're ill yourself, you're bankrupt, you've been evicted, you've got nothing left, you're in a homeless shelter at the moment, you may say, what do I have to be grateful for? You've got your health and you've got an opportunity to start over. And it's an opportunity to really realize your stamina, your resilience, your ability to get through anything in life. And it's an opportunity to really discover what you're made of. Number-wise, we've got 21 and 8. That's 29. And 4 is 33. 33 is the vibration of the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters are people who have evolved to become enlightened. They've ascended. So we've got Jesus and Buddha and Kuan Yin and Ganesh and Lakshmi and all these representations of a desire, a belief system, something that you care about. So work with the Ascended Masters today, work with your guides, work with your angels, work with your ancestors, and say, guys, I am ready to see how fabulous I am. Show me. And imagine yourself in a dark little cinema and suddenly the screen comes on and it's the bio of your life and it's a celebration of who you are and what you've gone through and how you've overcome and how you've ended up being the most special and fabulous and wonderful creature that ever lived. And really embrace that. I'm serious. You are the most amazing, unique, wonderful creature that ever lived because there's never going to be anyone like you. So go into the day feeling good about yourself. If you have a lot of communication to do with other people today, it's really, really on your side because you feel so good about yourself that you're going to be in the position of, okay, what's the matter? How can I help? You're not going to start arguments. You're not going to clam up and get defensive. You're going to really just be able to hear other people's opinions. And if you don't like them, they'll go in one ear and out the other. And things that you do like, you'll naturally be gravitating towards those people who will make this day a positive, happy experience for you. And because the Emperor isn't forcing you to do anything, there are no rules. It's your day to be happy. So you decide what the rules are, and you decide what's going to make you happy. I know this is a day, again, this is for people who celebrate Thanksgiving. It can be a day that's very stressful, especially if you're doing all the work and the cooking and everything like that. Realize that it's about the connection and community that's the important thing today. The food is secondary. What's great, what you can be grateful for is that you realize who you are and that you also realize that you have wonderful people around you And always, there's always going to be an aunt or an uncle or a brother-in-law or someone who's not so great, but you have it within yourself today to not be triggered because you're totally at ease in yourself. And even if someone is really super negative to you, you're not going to react. You're just going to think of them as a sick person and nurture them. So if you prepared this wonderful meal and Uncle Tom comes in super drunk, he staggers in 2 hours late and he says, "What is this? This is the worst." And he really just puts a downer on it. Instead of judging him and being outraged, you just take him aside and say, "Uncle Tom, I think you've had a little bit too much to drink. Let's get you to have a seat in the hallway and we'll get someone to pick you up." And you sit with him for 5 minutes and you rub his shoulder and you put him in the car and it's bye-bye. So that's the kind of energy that you do. You have the patience of a saint today and nothing is going to rattle you. Especially if you ask the Ascended Masters, your ancestors, your guides, your angels to help you. And don't forget to make that gratitude list, regardless of whether you are in the States or anywhere else in the world. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this channel if you like my videos. Obviously, if you don't, then don't. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.